everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL.
All right, Larry, after an off-season of questions, football is back here in the East Bay and Oakland, California. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Houston Texans and the Oakland Raiders. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage, stuff him in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, setting the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Getting into the act on the opening drive here with a sack. And remember, they had 5 last week.
And they saw that on film, and that meant that they had to get together. Offensive coordinator, quarterbacks coach, offensive line coach, receivers coach, and say, how do we beat this pressure? Because everyone has to win against the defense and get the ball in the hands of the quarterback very quickly.
So a tough spot for Kaiser. The sack, and now it's 3rd and long. On play action, Kaiser. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And it's incomplete. Both players had a shot at that one. Neither can get it, and it brings up 4th down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Set! No, check! Patriot! Leopard!
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5, and the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how the defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they
under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
one of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was the strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
Kaiser now on second down. And the pressure gets to him again.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
So a tough spot for Kaiser. The sack, and now it's 3rd and long. And they're going to go soft on the corners. 3rd and long for Kaiser. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It'll be a gain of 17, but even with that, they'll be well short here for 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
The Raider offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
Let's go! Gone! Leopard!
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider 1st down.
Green 39! Green 30! Detroit! Gone!
Now they'll run it on the toss. And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. He'll drop to throw. Quick throw that's complete on the inside slant. And they'll get him to the ground, but he got all the way down to the 30-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. It doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Down to about the 22 here. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Let's go! 3-19!
And he'll give it here to his running back. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to bring up a third down. A tackle for loss there. 2 last week. He's tough to handle coming off the edge.
And when you talk about a defensive end, your first thought is how does he rush the passer? That's where he makes his big plays getting into the backfield. But the best ones can play the run as well. And that's what we're seeing from him, that excellent combination of holding the point of attack and also getting upfield to make plays in the backfield.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. Back to throw. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. He is proving his worth defensively, getting the sack here. That comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week, continuing to play at that level. And when you get that kind of confidence going, those kind of guys are hard to stop.
Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the football. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense, and over the post.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now out comes Houston. And this is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain. That first down. You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Second down, Kaiser. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Let's go!
Kaiser on 3rd and 2. Blitz coming, and down he goes. That's number 4, sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
I remember sitting in special teams meetings, and at some point during the meeting, the coach would always say, you better treat this one just like you're playing offense or defense. It's a big part of the game, and we just saw evidence of why right there with that fumble.
Yeah, fumble on the punt, and after it was turning up to be a pretty decent return.
Yeah, a really nice return. They were going to be set up okay, and the offense would feel good running onto the field. And now the defense has to try it out there and try and slow them down.
And they give this time to the tailback. So a good spin move there before he's taken down. A nice little gain. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, But the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
They go play action. Kaiser, he's letting it fly for Cooks. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Brandon Cooks, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans are in for 6. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play. And just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
All right, here we go. Watching that body. No. Check. Patriot.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now.
Green 39. Green 39. Watching that body.
They'll look to throw here on first down. His throw incomplete.
So many times defensive backs get caught playing the man rather than the football, but not in this case. That's an excellent play. Did exactly what you're supposed to do. Attack the football and help break up the pass.
And, yep, as a result, knocks it down. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board.
All right, here we go. Over.
They'll set up a throw. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And this one is right down the middle. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So as it turns out, that sack does not wind up costing him, at least in terms of getting points. They get 3.
Yeah, once you see your quarterback go down the backfield, you think, uh-oh. But fortunately for them, their kicker came to the rescue and made sure they got something out of that drive after all.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now out comes Houston. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things.
And the Raiders have got him.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now a handoff here to his running back. So able to break through the initial contact and then down right near the 25. Give him 4 on the carry there, but that only takes them back to where they started. 3rd and 10.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. And a great spot to start this drive from here.
Here we go. Boom, land it. Gun. Fine now, look at 57. Gun. Leopard. Watching that, Barney. Leopard.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up.
Detroit!
They'll set up to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Barney. Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Watching that, Barney. Watching that, Barney.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Oakland after this. We're just 2 minutes away from sending you to Orlando for Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report, so don't forget about that coming up shortly.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a halftime without him, and we thank him for doing the highlights. Let's go get a snack.
They run the counter now on first down. Oh, look at the juke. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. First down now, but that clock rolling.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They'll pick up another first down with that run.
And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Raiders are able to cash in for 6.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
tries her on first down. Throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. They go play action here on first down. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Texans are an extra point away from taking the lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Flush to his right. And running with power here. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney. All right, here we go. 3-19, Detroit, Detroit.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. First down now, but that clock rolling. Back to throw now on first down. He'll rifle this one deep right. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll be down deep in Houston territory. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. So they're operating in the red zone.
Here we go now. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. And Larry apparently very brief in his report. Thanks anyway, my man, as we're already set for action. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Now comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL, and a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses, and now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one.
Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Picked up a first down.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 12 yards that time at an Oakland first down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Here we go now. Boom, land it. Over. Detroit. Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Watch him now, Barney. Here we go.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41. And now they're in the hurry-up. Now back to throw. Flushed out right. And an alley to run. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. And they give this time to the tailback. Bulldozes past him. And he's going to take this down to about the 17. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. They run a draw here on 2nd down. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
Let's go. Green, 39.
On first down, they'll run it on the draw play. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Play clock winding down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Raiders have taken the lead. He's given him a little jolt, just gave him the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead. They'll look to throw here. And that is caught for the 2 points. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
This will be taken about the 12. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this 3rd quarter. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Here to his running back. 9 yards on the pickup that time, so he got more than half of it back, but it's still a 3rd and 8.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Let's go! 38!
On 3rd down, Kaiser. And this one is incomplete.
The best receivers we know always tease their quarterbacks that, hey, no matter what you do, you cannot overthrow me. Well, guess what? That's exactly what happened on that play. Normally, they time it up pretty well, but on that one, he just overshot him.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. And now here come the Raiders. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad.
Is that what
he
it
would have
is?
kept it on the ground.
No, check, Patriot! No, check, Patriot!
Time running out here on the play clock. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He finds an opening past the 40. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer. How about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield, and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that.
Here we go now. 3-19.
He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
As a general rule, when you take a deep shot downfield, it's usually a timing pattern. Quarterback in the pocket and looking to hit his receiver downfield. But when he has to move outside of it, timing often gets thrown off. And on that play, that caused the incompletion.
Back to throw here. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's the Raiders punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Bay. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the fourth quarter. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. A first down throw for Kaiser. It's caught left side by Cooks. And he's brought down. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep it.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
So the defense gets to the quarterback. Now the offense backed up on second down.
Here we go. Brand 38.
From the gun, Kaiser. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Kaiser from the gun on third. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be fourth down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
The Raider offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And tough starting field position here. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And now here's a carry heading left. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down. Now they try the right side here. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. And this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
It's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Come on, let's go!
Kaiser now to throw on first down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. He'll be dropped at the 30. But a shifty move got him a couple extra on the play. It's a gain of 5, and it'll bring up a second down. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Now a second down throw for Kaiser. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to let this one go deep. And that is incomplete. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on fourth. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. So now with a little over 2 minutes to play, the road back gets very difficult.
Difficult, but still not impossible if they go ahead and play this thing out. Now the defense has to come up big. They've got to go for a strip of the football on each and every snap to try and give themselves a chance.
Now they'll run it on the toss. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down. So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's second and long. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll fall forward to the 29-yard line. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. The Raiders on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. This to make it a 3-score game late. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. And you figure with that, this game's pretty well out of reach.
It would take a heck of a comeback at this point. Being 3 scores down, I think that's too much to ask with time winding down here in the 4th.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And here comes the Texans now. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. First down, Kaiser. Throw complete right side to Cooks. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. To throw is Kaiser. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Three yards to go here on 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs. Now they got to get to the line quickly. On 1st and 10, Kaiser. And Cooks has it over the middle. And they'll get him to the ground, but he got all the way down to the 30-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. And he'll indeed get him to the line and spike it here to stop the clock. And on 2nd and 10 now. They'll throw here. Kaiser. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They go play action. Kaiser. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Fourth down, Kaiser, desperation time. He's going to let it fly. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
So that drive goes 8 plays, and it results in the Texans finding the end zone. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Now they'll run it on the toss. And some room to work. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. Now they'll run it on the toss. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And this will likely be the last play and wrap things up. Now they'll run it on the toss. And despite the fancy footwork we saw, they'll get to him just inside the 15. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.